Hello and welcome to my first Plan With Me video. My name is Rotem and today I'm setting up for the month of October in my bullet journal. I'm very excited about this month's theme. It is based on the best animated short ever, Ejik Tumane, Hedgehog in the Fog. It's a Russian stop-motion animated short. You can see it on YouTube and I will link to it in the cards. So let's start with the October cover page. So I used my Sarasa gel ballpoint for the days of the week for the month at a glance, then my Sakura Pigma Micron in 003 for the dates. Then I wrote October with a Crayola Supertip marker in dark blue and used the Pigma Micron again to ink the illustration of Ejik trying to see through the fog with the help of a firefly on a stick. I used both the 003 and 005 pens here for the outlines. I tried to keep to the style of the movie as close as I could. I didn't directly reference it when drawing, however, which led to some inevitable differences. Now for the colors, I used color pencils to color all the drawings throughout the spreads, because using markers would risk bleed through the pages. It also allows me to blend colors to get an atmosphere closer to the movie. I layered some browns, grey, and even used a touch of green to get the color right on the hedgehog. I also went back in with the 003 Micron to add some more texture. After coloring in Ejik, it was time to paint the fog. I used my Kuretake Starry Color paint in white, sparkly white. The paper did buckle some, but since the pigment is white, there should be no real issues with bleed through. Next is my monthly spread. I like to use a calendar format because I don't go into too much detail about events in that spread, and it helps me to have a good idea of where we're at in the month. Now I separate it like this, 3 days on one side, 4 days on the other page, because I work 4 days a week, usually Wednesday to Saturday, and this helps me keep work days and off days separate. I lettered October with alternating blue and green super tips, and then I added dry leaves as accent. Then I went in to ink the hedgehog, who is fascinated by the horse standing alone in the fog. Now, I used to draw horses all the time when I was little, but I really had to try and remember how to do it now. Horses are a little bit strange. Again, I used my Pigma Micron in 003 to ink. For any writing, like the days of the week at the top of the calendar, I usually use the Sarasa gel pen. I used the Crayola Supertip in blue-gray to highlight the dates for the calendar. And then of course I forgot the last box, so I went in and marked it again. Again, color pencils to add the color for the illustrations. I used browns and greens for the leaves. The horse, however, was white, which meant I didn't need to add too much color. It did look a bit blank though when I was done, so I added a bit of a yellow highlight to give it some dimension. And of course the fog in shimmery white. You can sort of see the buckling of the paper from the previous page, but it's not too bad. It tends to flatten out when the notebook is closed. Here I'm marking my work days, and then I'm moving on to my daily positivity spread. Here, every day I write 1 or 2 lines about the good things of that day. For the title, I decorated with the eagle owl that was following Ejik in the movie. The doodles are small because this spread is mostly functional. And I had some room after the 31st, so I added some more fog. Coloring such small doodles was a bit of a challenge, but I think it came out okay. At this point I realized that my 005 Pigma Micron had pretty much died, so I hurriedly switched to a cute random pen from Daiso I had. Later on, for the rest of the spreads, I used a Copic Multiliner in 02 instead. Again, I layered browns, grey, a little bit of green and some black to get the right color. Next are my habit trackers and my mood tracker. So I've been doing individual habit trackers in September and I did it again here, but I think I might switch back to one big tracker next month. That's because writing in all the dates is not easy. So here I'm using my Copic Multiliner in 02 to write in all the dates, and my hand cramped quite a bit writing all those numbers. The mood tracker is my first ever doodle mood tracker. I usually just use a circular chart, but here I really went all out and drew 31 different leaves. It was both fun and taxing, so we'll see what I do next month. I numbered the leaves so I knew which mood was for which day. And of course, with all those leaves, I forgot to leave room for the key. So I put it on the previous page in a little box. I used 5 Crayola Supertips in the theme's colors to make the key, from the worst mood to the best mood. The next page is the official Inktober prompts list. I don't know if I'll use all of them or even if I'll be able to do all of Inktober, because of course it's quite difficult when you also have a day job, but at least I have them here for reference. And the next page is my monthly to-do list and the goals for the month. I illustrated it with Ejik and Medvěžonok, his friend the bear, sitting together on a log like they do at the end of the movie. I also added a small social media growth tracker in the corner because I had a little bit of room. This is possibly my favorite illustration from all the decorations in this month's setup. It just looks so peaceful. So again, I'm layering different browns and green and black and using yellow to add some warm highlights to make it look like they're sitting by the fire. Then it's my first weekly spread. Now, Ejik finds a large tree during his trek through the fog, and since the month starts on a Monday, I had a bit of extra room, so I decided to put the tree here with some tendrils of fog. Now, my weeklies are pretty simple, just spaces for each day. I use weeklies because I like to see my whole week, but otherwise I use them just like dailies. So I just write down the days. I usually start from Sunday because that's my first day off, and that's it. Now again, I use the color pencils in black and brown for the tree and the glittery white paint for the fog. And this is it. Now for the final flip through. I hope that you like this video, and maybe it inspired you for your own bullet journal. Go watch the animated short, it's linked in the cards, and if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!